everybody, this is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Uncensored Report or Scoop News. Now you can type in Uncensored Report and it brings you to my local news. I've changed it up a little bit. Putting out this video because, you know, I keep getting bombarded with stuff about writing articles. And I enjoy writing articles. The problem is they take a lot of time. As many should know, if you don't, this is just a hobby for me. My actual job involves posting stuff like EOBs and medical consulting and all that stuff. I tend to sit. Today I was on the phone for for 2 hours on it, waiting for someone to answer at an insurance company. So I sit here in front of a computer, working 16 hours a day because I'm a workaholic. Now, with that, I can do all this stuff, but I can't sit on hold and sit here and process e-payments and do all my coding and everything and write articles at the same time. Because I have to have a certain train of thought. Hence, I don't write them. I found it easier to do these video reports. I found that people pay attention to video reports. So here's a prime example. And it all goes around the propaganda that's getting pulled. I've been watching it a lot at the national level. You'll see the President Trump out there, and you'll see something like a good example is Putin was over there with Lavlikov, I think is his name, the foreign minister. And they were making fun of a mockery of our system, how the media has gone crazy saying that Trump was sharing secrets with us and how we become a mockery. The media turns around and says, they're laughing at Trump. He's a mockery. And that's not what that was said. It's our system, our process. But it's the propaganda that gets spilled out. And I see it every day. I see it every day on local MSN. And I see it with the local politicians and the businesses. And this is another prime example. I wrote 2-3 articles in the past week, okay? I had on one where I put the video of the city council meeting right there, the segment that was involved. I listened to the video 2 times. I took thorough notes. I documented in the article exactly what the video said because I knew most people won't listen to the video. And I put it out there. One of the person involved, the business involved, just read the article. They said, this is all wrong and you're being fake. And the shame of it is someone I know. We talked and we're okay now, but you know, I'm like, you know, did you look at the video? No, I didn't watch your video. I'm like, Mr. X, that wasn't my video, it wasn't my rant. It was the video of the actual city hall council meeting. And if you're saying the data I have in my report is not accurate, that means what you communicated was not effectively communicated. Because I'm not the only one that interpreted it that way. Another council member interpreted it that way. But instead of doing that and realizing, hey, instead of listening to the video, realizing that his message wasn't communicated the way he wanted to, or writing me and saying, Frank, here's a correction. I know what you listen to the video, blah, blah, blah. He just started going out saying it's all lies, lies, lies. And then people, a lot of individuals, and I don't think this individual meant to do that, but a lot of individuals will sit there and see someone say, this is all lies, Frank's lying, it's all wrong. And they'll believe him without listening to that video or reading the article and just looking at all the facts. And it could have saved them a ton of time. Same example with the mayor on that article. I put in there a video where he says, this gives us ammunition for offense. We've looked at it in the past. The day after 2 fatalities at the jetty. The next day, he wrote a constituent on email and said, I never said anything about a fence, and the council's never had anything about the fence. Then just a couple days ago, yesterday or whenever it was, he said, no, you know, no guardrails. We wouldn't even think about this. It's one accident. He totally backed off of what he was saying. But here's the point. He came out calling me a liar, saying I sucked as a journalist, and then attacked me saying that he is really concerned for me because my mental instability must be related to my time in the service in the Navy. And then it amazed me that the VFW asked him to speak at the memorial service after that, which I won't be going to. I think I'll go to the Sarasota one. But it just amazes me because he just sat there saying he's a liar, this, and people actually believe that. Instead of actually going in and listening to the video, seeing that he actually said that, reading the email, seeing that he actually responded that way, and that I was very factual. And so that's one of the problems with the articles is, my point is, you can't get your message out because people aren't looking at all the material that's within that article. They're not looking at the facts that you're giving them. And then when someone comes out and spills propaganda, be it a business owner, be it a politician, people believe that. And you got propaganda too from a local level where newspapers, all too often, I see it on a regular basis, where they will report something and they'll sugarcoat it, but they won't give you the fine stuff in there, because what happens is they'll experience what I experience. And what I'm experiencing is a lot of vitriol. I got politicians, business leaders, officers, everyone that don't like to talk to me because I'm too controversial. Because I'll go out there and I'll put the truth out there based upon the information I have. And so it doesn't put me in the good light. I'm not like a good WWSB reporter that just toes the line. I'll put out, another good example. I put out that guy that was arrested that went into Riverview High School. A lot of people have said, why would you put that out? He was arrested. Because I'm telling you, folks, how many people get arrested and they're not found guilty? An arrest does not mean you're guilty. If we can go out there as a public and disseminate all this arrest information, when a person may have been arrested and they're not guilty of anything, and trust me, it does happen, then why can't they have a chance to go out and say, no, this is what I did, and speak their truths? But nobody wants to touch that. And it's all this propaganda war, this information war out there. So it goes back to videos. That's why I like videos better. And maybe why I won't write any more articles. Because I can sit here, and where you see propaganda up here on the screen, I can put a video of, in that, if we refer to that Hulk situation, of him sitting up there saying, I want a fence, and I can superimpose the email he wrote right above it saying, I never said anything about a fence. People will look at that and they'll say, wait, that is a fact. Hulk did say that, and there's the email right there. Versus in an article, just not looking at it. And that's how media, politicians, and a lot of these individuals get away with spreading propaganda instead of the truth out there. Okay? That's my rant for today. I have to get back to what actually puts food on the table. Coding and EOBs. The medical industry, it's a never-ending story. Talk to you guys later. Have a good day. This has been Frankie with The Scoop News.